Well, hello everybody and welcome back. It is time once again to check on our beautiful blue Botswana agates. I'm excited to see if any of our agates are ready to move on to step 2. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's take a look at how our rocks are doing. So like I said in the last video, I think that these will probably take a little while longer yet. I'm getting a little bit worried because I am kind of running out of agates to fill the bucket properly. So we're gonna have to see kind of what the level is for the rocks as we go ahead in this, and we might have to find some like filler rocks in order for us to keep getting a good tumble throughout the blue Botswana agate tumbling process. So here's what we got so far, looking good for grit. Let's go ahead and get these cleaned up. First, we will rinse off our lid a little bit here. Get that all nice and clean. What has been kind of nice, since we are just continuing to tumble step 1 for our blue Botswana agates, is not really having to do a super detailed cleaning process for the tumbler barrel or for our rocks. So I have been kind of enjoying that because it always kind of stresses me out just a little bit, having to make sure that you get all of the grit off of the rocks and out of the barrel. All right, here's what the inside of the barrel is looking like. So it looks like it tumbled well this time, and we didn't have any rocks that got stuck together or any grit that got stuck to the bottom of the rocks. So let's give these a good old rinse and see how they're looking. Oh, okay. They are looking a lot more smooth, I will have to say, except for the ones that we just recently added within the last few weeks. I think a lot of the ones that we've been tumbling since the beginning are actually looking really, really good. So let's get these rinsed off and take a peek. Ooh, wow, these are so pretty. There's still some kind of smaller cracks here in this one, as you can see. So this one does not look ready yet, but I actually might go through and take out some of the ones that I do think are ready to move on to step 2, just so that we don't lose any more of their mass. Now this one does still have some bumps, so probably not that one. This one I'm getting a little bit worried about because it's getting really thin, and as you can see, this big crack here, when you look close at it, that crack actually feels really smooth to my finger. You can kind of see that it is shiny. This crack here, of course, is not. And then on the back, it does have quite a lot of dents too, as well as this kind of green patterning in here. So I honestly really don't think that this one is going to get much better than this. And I really don't want to lose much more of it since it is already pretty thin. So I think this one we will actually be taking out this week. Let's keep them wet here. So I'm going to get a container with water that I put these in so that it does stay moist. Call it like a rock nursery for the next step because we really don't want it to sit and dry and get any of the grit remaining stuck in it. We're just going to fill up this container with a little bit of water. Okay, that was kind of a lot of water. And we're going to put in the rocks that I think can move on to step 2 in here, and then I will do a better scrubbing on them kind of when we're done. So let's take a look at this one. Now, this one is looking pretty good. It does still have some bigger chips in it. This side is looking really, really good. A couple big chips here, kind of some cracks. I honestly think maybe 1 or 2 more weeks on this one just to kind of get these last little textured bits out of it. This one is still one of the newer ones that we added. Gorgeous though, look at those eyes. So this one does still have a while to go. This little guy though, I think, oh, look at how beautiful that one is looking pretty good. It does have this kind of bumpiness here. I don't know. It's kind of hard to decide if I want to move this one on because I do really want them to be very, very smooth this time around. But some things like this, I feel like I will have to take so much mass off of here that it's going to end up being super, super small. And I also don't want that. So I think I'm going to move this one on as well. We'll put that in there. This one is not ready. It's still got lots of bumps on this side. Looking gorgeous though. Look at that. Oh, I love this one. And yeah, lots of texture here. So that one's not ready. There's a big chip right there. This one, ooh, this is looking gorgeous. I honestly think, oh, it's hard because there is still some texture right here. As you can see, close up. I think maybe this one I will just move on as well. Well, no, I think I'm going to try one more week. Let's do one more week and see if we can just get any more of those brown spots off. Again, this one is getting relatively thin, so I don't want it to get super thin and end up losing a lot of its character. This one, though, you are absolutely ready. Look at that. There's just a little divot right there, but nothing too terrible. There is a chip here, and I think that this actually was my own doing by not having enough ceramic media in it. But unfortunately, we're just gonna have to leave that because, again, it is getting very small, and I don't want it to get so small that it's no longer a cool rock anymore. This one here is looking pretty good. It does still have some big dips, so let's try this one a few more weeks as well. This one is looking pretty good, does still have some bigger chips. I think I'll maybe try one more week here with this one, and then if it's still not looking good, I'll probably just end up moving it on. This one needs more time. It's got big dents kind of all over the place. This little guy is super, super tiny, and I think we're just going to move that on, again, because I don't want it to get too small. This one here is looking pretty good, I would say. Does still have some kind of cracks and chips, so I'm going to keep tumbling this one. Ooh, look at that cool little thing. It's like a gorgeous little dendritic spray. What? I never noticed that dendritic spray right there. Wow, that is really cool. Okay, so let's hope that one more week doesn't wear that off, because love that. But we'll kind of keep our eye on that. But again, tumble that one. This one is looking good, our kind of eyeball looking one, but does still have some bigger dents. We'll keep tumbling that. This little guy I think is ready to move on. Very smooth. It doesn't really have too many nicks and bumps. So we'll move that one on. So here is what we have remaining. Now this is not a lot, and it's honestly not going to be enough to fill our tumbler barrel with. I do still have to finish cleaning this out, I know. So I'm gonna have to be looking for either some more ceramic media or some rocks to kind of take the place of the agates that we did take out here. So let's get our rocks put back into our tumbler barrel here. And they are looking really good though. So I am pretty impressed that we were able to move the amount on that we were for our next week of tumbling. So let's go ahead and get these put back in here. Now, as you can see, there are some like little chips that have broken away in with our ceramic media, which I do not, as you can tell, have very much left of here. So I did have to just order some more. I do like the polyplastic ceramic media, which is what this is. So I'll probably get the ceramic media in time for the next time that we look at our rocks, but obviously I do not have it right now. So I'm going to have to kind of just scrounge and see what I can find. Now we do still have these two rocks remaining from our Botswana agates. This one again is really, really rough and probably is going to take a really long time or be impossible to actually get a super smooth finish, but for now it will help us with our tumbling, so I might as well add that. And we also had this one left, which again has a really giant hole right here. Not going to be very good to tumble. It will work for now to at least get the barrel back up to the level that we need it for our tumbling. I do have just a bit of ceramic media left here. We're just gonna add the rest of that because we're really trying to make do with what we have until my ceramic media from Polyplastics comes in. But as you can see, it's really not a lot. So obviously this right now is too much water. We're gonna dump some of that back. As you can see this time around, I am adding less water just to kind of help them tumble. And we're gonna add, instead of 2 scoops of grit, I'm actually going to add 3 scoops of the step 1 grit. Now again, because we don't have a lot of ceramic media, I do actually have these plastic pellets, which typically you really only use within like the 3rd and 4th step. And some people actually don't like the plastic pellets at all. But since we don't have enough media right now, I figure might as well add it. Let's just see what happens. If anything, it can't hurt the tumbling, so it'll work for now. So let's go ahead and add these. It's kind of fun because I've never used them before, so I'm kind of excited to see how they work. Okay, also, am I like the only one who thinks this looks really cool? I don't know why, just like, almost looks like fish eggs to me, but it looks really neat. Okay, so we've got some more plastic pellets here. So we have our grit here. As you can see, I am almost out of grit, so I did actually order some more. I did get it from Polyplastics this time. So let's go ahead and add, instead of 2 scoops, we're going to add 3 scoops, which is just about all of my grit here. Maybe just a little bit more. There we go. So that's about 3 scoops. And yeah, not much left. Glad I ordered that because otherwise we wouldn't be able to tumble next week. All right, here's what it's looking like. Let's get our lid put back on. I actually did let these run a little bit longer this time around. I let them run about 10 days instead of the 7 days just because I didn't get a chance to look at them. We will get this put back on the tumbler barrel, and these little rocks that are ready to move on, I'm just going to keep in this water, our little rock nursery, until we are ready to move these ones on to step 2 as well. All right, give it a little shake, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you liked this video, and if you did, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up. If you're new here, consider subscribing to this channel. I make new videos like this every single week, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!